Lots of people avoid cutting glass because they think it's unsafe, complicated, requires special tools, or requires special skills. Today I'm going to show you that cutting glass is as easy as this. In my research, I found that some people use fire to try to cut glass, so stick around to the end and we're going to see if that really works or if it's just an internet myth. This channel is all about providing home improvement and repair videos to teach skills that even a beginner can master. The videos I post on this channel are all created from my personal handyman experience, as well as hours of research to make this a one-stop shop for easy and reliable how-to videos. A few practical applications you can use cutting glass for is replacing busted window panes that you may have in doors or windows. You can replace the glass in maybe your little favorite picture of little Timmy and Grandpa. And you can use it to cut mirrors. This mirror broke and we're just gonna cut it off and I'm gonna reuse it somewhere. The only thing you need to cut glass or mirrors that you don't have in your house is a glass cutter. Everything else you can find around your house. You of course need glass. This is out of a broken window, single pane. You can use any glass as long as it's not tempered. Tempered glass, when you go to score it, it'll shatter. So you don't want to use a tempered glass. A lot of storm doors, those are made out of tempered glass, so you don't want to use that. This was under $4 from my big box store local, and a brand new piece of glass. It's really affordable. Even a 3-foot by 4-foot piece of brand new glass, I think it was about $13 or $14. So you can use that. You can use just any sort of mirror. We'll cut into this here and into the mirror later on in the video. This is only about $5, under $5. It's a Red Devil. It's my favorite one on Amazon right now. And you can get a whole kit that includes oil and different size cutting heads, and also a cutter on Amazon, and this is about $13 on Amazon right now. So the other thing you need is some lubricating oil. This is just a 3-in-1 oil I keep in my handyman bag. It works great. Baby oil will work. Kerosene oil will work. I've heard engine oil will work, but I don't see why it wouldn't. Give it a shot. You need some way to mark your glass. This is just a dry erase marker. This is some sort of marking crayon that I have. And then you'll need a straight edge, something to hold on to as you score the glass. Now you know exactly how cheap it is to do. $5 could get you in the game to cut glass, or $13 for a whole kit with oil. Now I'm going to show you just how easy it is. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do, clean your glass. The next thing to do is to put something underneath to cushion it. I'm going to put just a couple layers of paper towels. That way when you press down to score it, you don't bust your glass if something's underneath it. So when you go to measure, you're always going to want to start at a factory edge. You can see that this is a factory edge, so we'll just use that since we know that it's square. The next step is to get your mark. So I know that we want 14 inches this way. And then we're going to go this way, mark 10 inches. So we'll get our first mark right here, line it up towards the edge, mark 14 inches, go about 10 inches up, and mark our 14 inches. And then we'll mark this 10 inches, and we'll mark this 10 inches here. So now that we've marked it, it's time to cut. And we're just going to put our ruler on here, on the line, and make our cut. One thing that will help you is if you take a little piece of tape, kind of roll it, and then put it on the back side of your ruler. This will help your ruler from sliding around on you. So you can see it's just a lot more stable. So now that your glass cutter is dipped in oil, I just hold mine like this, and you'll want to put firm pressure and make one cut. And you're not really cutting the glass in this step, you're just scoring the top layer and making a crack. So and you want the sound to sound like ripping paper, and I hope the camera picks up on that. It's always a good idea to wear gloves and safety glasses when you're working with glass. But what you want to do, you want to find the edge of the table. This is where mine starts bowing down. And hold on to it with one side, grab the other firm, and just push down. Just like that. Super simple. Now we'll flip it. So I'm going to try this one now. Just dip it in some oil, press firmly down. Just go fast and firm, just one solid yank. And you can see that line is just about perfect as your score mark. I've never had any trouble doing it this way. The directions tell you to dip your oil and score, and then they tell you to tap, and you could tap it from the bottom, just like you could tap that like button if you don't mind. So if you wonder what this teeth is on here for, this is, so if you're doing a really small piece, you can just grab this by the teeth. You see how this is here, and then you can use that instead of your hand. Let me try to find my line. I just kind of went freestyle, and you can see that if you're doing really small pieces, you can use that. The same steps apply with a mirror as it does with glass. The only thing is you want the mirror side facing up. One thing to note is how thick your glass is. You can see here that this is right at 2 millimeters. This mirror is a lot thicker, 4.5 millimeters. That's where this kit right here really shines. They claim that they have different size heads. You could see this is 2 to 6 millimeters, so this would be most of your applications. This has different size heads you can screw into here. And this kit for under $13 is really spectacular. You get cutting oil, you get all these heads, and this, you actually take this off and you pour a dropper full of oil in this, and then as you press down, it self-lubricates as you're cutting, supposedly. It's a little finicky, and this head is what you could tap the glass with. I'm going to dip in my pen. The thicker pieces you're probably going to want to tap just to make sure. And you can tap from underneath a little bit just to make sure that line goes through. So you just get her squared up where you like it. And then again, one forceful press down. Get a good grip and press down. You can also cut out some pretty cool designs. As I was researching this video, I ran across a comment where someone said they use fire to create a perfect line after they score it. So I went ahead and scored my line and tapped on it, and it's ready to go. So I figured, hey, why not use some fire to try it? And we'll throw 140,000 BTUs at it on this torch. And do I really have to say not to do this at home? And I've got my fire extinguisher here, and anyways, don't try this at home. Oh, and before we get to the fun part, if you could go ahead and take a second and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, that'd be great, and that'd help me out. It's totally free to you, and it'll help me keep creating content just like this video. Well, that was a little disappointing. I thought for sure we'd get our clean cut, but here in a few weeks I'll post a video on how to cut out a broken piece of window pane and how to install it correctly as well. So keep an eye out for that. Why don't you guys get off of here, go cut some glass, and have a little fun doing it.